My name is Peter Liversidge and I'm an artist, and I live and work in London. My interest in the post started very early. I was 12. I sent a piece of toast to my cousin as a joke, really. And my interest in the post was sort of developed from there, but it was really when I was a student at art college, and I was looking into the sort of the ways systems control how we live, but equally how we can then influence or perhaps influence those systems. So I started sending objects to friends of mine who I'd studied in foundation with, who'd then gone on to other degree courses or other courses around the country. My approach to writing the proposals is they're always descriptive, so they describe a work rather than being prescriptive. So it's about the individual who's reading that typewritten text. They're always typed on a typewriter, and it was the description and the imagining of that work that became, or that could belong to other people. You didn't have to have a physical object, it could just live in people's imaginations. And a little bit like the postal objects, there is this unknown collaborator in the work. I don't know who's reading a proposal, or even if they're ever read. And in the same way with the postal objects going through the post, they get seen and handled by the postal workers. The work for the exhibition, the Postal Museum, is a group of 4 postcards. And the postcards themselves are just their descriptions of my thoughts on the idea of what it's like to receive a postcard. And others are how that postcard then makes it through the post. They sort of split 50-50. 2 relate to the journey that the card takes, and then there are 2 that relate to one, the recipient, and then one of the sender. So for me, with a postcard, it's the bookending, or for sending the postcards, it's the intention of the sender, and then it's you know, it makes its way through the system, and then it arrives with the recipient. But it's that middle section I'm really interested in, which is, you know, where does it go? How does that work? You know, what happened in that interim period? So thinking about the text for the cards, there's this which is very much about the trust that we place in the postal system. That once you place your stamp on this card and the address and it goes into the system, that it will arrive at its final destination. With all 4 postcards, the paper stock was really important, as was the choice of letterpress. The letterpress, because of its sort of direct relationship with the paper, and you can see the faults. Very similar to the typewriter and how that transference of carbon. In this case, it's an ink that's transferred from metal plate onto the card. And the card was really important too, because I wanted it to have a quality of it. You know, it's a stiff card. It's a really beautiful piece of material. One of the great things about it, I think, and thank you to the Postal Museum for this, is that visitors can take them away for free. When the postcard is selected and picked up by a visitor, it no longer is my work. It lives outside of the museum. It lives outside of the structures that are in place for the exhibition. It lives out in the real world in that way, and it does use the system, the postal system, to make that leap.